beautiful Wednesday morning transmission on Prestige Radio 91.7 FM right here in Mina, Niger State. Here, welcome to midweek edition of the program Nigeria Today, which is a news and current affairs program where we take a look at trending issues within and outside the country. My name is Maimuna Muhammad Babangida, and I have my co-presenter and analyst at the same time talking about Dr. Muhammad Antalali, and together as usual we'll be discussing on another trending issue, and this time around we'll be taking a look at local government autonomy in view of the fact of what happened during the week in Edo State. The newly sworn in executive governor of Edo State just suspended all local government chairmen in the state as a result of financial misappropriation. So we'll be taking a look at the implication of this suspension by Edo State governor of the local government chairman and local government autonomy. What is happening? Where are we getting it wrong? So this is our focus this beautiful Wednesday morning, the program Nigeria Today. You can be part of the program by calling through the number 09038808883. And we're streaming live on our Facebook page, Prestigefm91.7mx, and on YouTube, Prestigefm91.7mx, and on radio app, prestigefmradio.org.ng. Dr. Muhammad Antalali, you're welcome to the program.
Good morning, our listeners, and thank you so much.
All right. The last has not been heard about events unfolding in Edo State. But before these events, many states in Nigeria conducted the local government elections in order to meet up with the provision of the new autonomy given to local governments by the Supreme Court in Nigeria. And Niger State is warming up also. But dramatic turn of event, the former governor conducted election in Edo State, local government elections, and the current governor has suspended them, pitching on financial misappropriation coming from them.
Yes, you know, there is also a landmark judgment by the Supreme Court, sometimes in July, that granted autonomy to the local government. But, you know, quite a number of people have come to misinterpret that judgment to mean political autonomy. What the Supreme Court judgment stated clearly was financial autonomy to the local government. And you know, there are other sections of the Constitution that have also granted powers to the governor through the State House of Assembly to have reasonable control of the local government, especially structural control. Part of the Constitution have granted structural existence of the local government actually, but again there's also part of the Constitution that granted political control of the local government by for the governors, and this is what many people have come to jumble together. And now this suspension of the council chairman in Edo State,
18
of them have also raised a dust now, and are bringing so many questions about the recent Supreme Court judgment, whether the suspension is an aberration of the Supreme Court judgment, or whether the sitting governor in Edo State have flagrantly violated the Supreme Court judgment or part of the Constitution. It is all about issues of making references to the Constitution, and then looking at Edo State also as a state, as an autonomous state that is capable of also making its own laws. There are laws of Edo State enacted by the House of Assembly that equally granted powers to a sitting governor. So many people who have come to make comments about that have not taken into cognizance that Edo State have its own laws too. Even though where you have laws coming from the State House of Assembly that appears to be in contradiction with the Constitution, that law of the State House of Assembly is set aside. But you know, apart from the fact that constitutionally there's a provision that provided structural existence of local governments generally in Nigeria, there are also laws of Edo State that granted powers to the governor through the State House of Assembly to suspend serving chairmen even if they are democratically elected. But again, the Constitution also is clear that it does not recognize the appointment of caretaker chairmen or caretaker coordinators or whatever you may call them to to oversee the affairs of local government. So I believe that every sitting governor should be able to know this and should also work in tandem with this provision. But you know, many states have decided to violate this part of the provision and have gone ahead to continuously appoint caretaker chairmen or caretaker coordinators or sole administrators for local government. There are states that have not conducted election for about 6-7 years, and they still have firm control of the resources coming to the local government. Now, when this governor of Edo State was sworn into office, what he did was to ask the council chairman to submit their financial reports of how they've been spending their monies in the last 2 years. And you know, none of them came up with that financial report, relying heavily on the Supreme Court judgment that gave them autonomy from the state governors. What they are simply saying is that a sitting governor have no right to probe their financial activities, and that didn't go down well with the governor. And of course, the issue of suspension came.
And he brought the issue before the Edo State House of
Assembly. Yes, he brought the issue before the Edo State House of Assembly, and the Edo State House of Assembly deems it fit to first and foremost suspend the council chairman to give way for proper investigation into financial dealings
of local governments. Insubordination coming from the local government.
Exactly.
Not answering to the request of the governor to present their financial.
Yes, even though local government constitutionally have structural existence, they are also answerable to the sitting governor, being the number one security personnel of the state, being the one who is managing the entire state, and the council chairmen are from time to time to give their report of their financial activities to a sitting governor. And you know, when they decide not to submit their financial report, it also raises a lot of questions on who will probe the council financial activities if a sitting governor cannot do so. That also created a lacuna of this autonomy thing that has been granted to the local government. If council chairman, if councils are granted financial autonomy, then who check their books? Who audits their accounts? Because with this financial autonomy, it means that probably the Ministry for Local Government will have to go. The joint account will have to go. And probably the local government what do you call it? Service Commission will have to go, because these are state apparatus that are put in place to supervise the activities of local government. And you know, I have said it here time and again that if financial autonomy is granted to local government, then there is a need for local government to also have their accountant generals. They should have their auditor generals, rather than them having their books being cross-checked by officials coming from the state. Because with financial autonomy, it means that they are free from the scrutiny of a sitting governor, but politically he has a power to ensure security of lives and properties in the state. And where a serving council chairman is deemed to be a threat to the security of the sitting governor has the power to suspend him or her. And this is exactly what the current Edo State governor have done, looking at the fact that the council chairmen have decided to constitute themselves as probably insubordinate to insubordinate his authorities, and have decided to approach the State House of Assembly, which has the power to suspend the council chairman. But again, when you suspend and appoint caretaker, the Constitution does not recognize caretaker. That is clearly stated. If you go to Section 20 of the Edo State law, it is clearly stated there that a sitting governor cannot appoint a caretaker. And even though the State House of Assembly has a right to suspend the council chairman, even the former Edo State governor, don't forget, Obaseki, had once suspended 4 council chairmen, I think sometimes in 2021. And if this governor is suspending 18 now, it is simply a replication of what his predecessor has done. And you can see that it is those around his predecessor that are now accusing him of violating the autonomy of the council of the local government, but they have forgotten that their own boss have equally done a similar thing. So in most situations, I think this suspension now brings a lot of questions on the issue of autonomy to council to local government in Nigeria. The Supreme Court judgment has stated clearly, council now will have financial autonomy and will have their grants or will have their allocations being posted into their accounts directly into their accounts, instead of it going into a joint account and then being redistributed again. So in the next few days we are going to see what is likely going to happen. Maybe one of the two parties is likely to go to court, because right now, you know, all the council chairmen are of the PDP, and the PDP is now the opposition party. That is one. And then secondly, the Association of Local Government of Nigeria have equally kicked against that suspension. So maybe the council chairmen, through their own collective maybe association, are likely to approach the court, or even Algon itself is likely to approach the court to seek for reinterpretation of the Supreme Court judgment, which granted autonomy to the local government. Whether the autonomy being granted in that judgment is financial one, or political one, or even both. So these are things that needed to be ironed out as far as that landmark judgment is concerned.
Just like you mentioned, the PDP in Edo State have already told the 18 suspended local government chairmen to return to work.
Yes, like I said, the PDP have rejected the suspension. Even Algon has equally suspended rejected the suspension. In fact, the PDP national body had informed the council chairmen not to vacate their offices and should continue to report to their offices for their constitutional duties. You know, these are democratically elected council chairmen. Even though they are not enjoying any immunity, but they are also directly to be supervised by a sitting governor. And where they tend to violate the laws of the state, the sitting governor have a right to approach the House of Assembly to take punitive measure against any council chairman. Now in this situation, the entire 18 council chairmen have constituted themselves into insubordination. And the governor decided to approach the State House of Assembly, and where there is an insubordination, of course what follows is suspension. Now what he simply demanded from them is to forward their financial activities in the last 2 years, which all of them have decided not to, because they felt that with the landmark judgment of the Supreme Court, they are no longer answerable to the governor as far as financial reports are concerned. But of course, don't forget that the Constitution also recognizes all of these bodies that are supervising the activities of the local government. The Ministry for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, the Local Government Council, Local Government Service Commission, and then the joint account. Even though the joint account is there in every state, but again, not many council chairmen are comfortable with the joint account. And don't forget that through this joint account, many local government council have been entangled into so many agreements, financial agreements of certain projects or of certain financial dealings over the years, in such a way that financial autonomy, as probably the public is looking at it, may not be feasible, may not be possible, looking at the fact that most of these agreements are for a lifetime. For example, if you look at in our own situation in Niger State, for example, you look at the Nesefa, you look at Ibrahim Badamasi University in Lapai, you look at the Emirates. These are all institutions that are supported using the local government funds. And if you say you have granted autonomy to the councils, financial autonomy to the councils, what happens to these institutions? The bulk of the people who are benefiting from this are also indigenous or people who are resident of those local government. So you can see it is a way of servicing the generality of the masses through the fundings of the local government, because it is students coming from various local governments that will attend the university, and it is environments owned by the local government that are usually being cleaned by NISEFA. And of course, all the local governments have emirates in them. They are captured in emirates. So you can see that financial autonomy is practically impossible if we have to look at it that way. On paper, yes, it's possible, but to practice it is another thing, which in my opinion will definitely be more complex, because if we have to practice it the way the judgment is, it means that many of these institutions will simply collapse, because they rely heavily on finances coming from the local government. So this Edo State development is going to create a whole new vista of public discourse around the landmark judgment of local government autonomy by the Supreme Court.
All right. You can be part of the program by calling through the number 09038 808883. That is 09038 808882. You can post your comments on our Facebook page, Prestige FM Mina, and we're streaming live on our Facebook page, Prestigefm91.7mx, and on YouTube, Prestigefm91.7mx, and on radio app, prestigefmradio.org.ng. Hello, good morning. Okay. 09038 808883. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my sister Auntie Memuna. Good morning this morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, Professor Dantalaposo. Good morning, all of you.
Morning, how are you?
I see the main Prince Elijah Behadi's photo coming from Angwamutani.
All right, sir. Make your comment.
Another person again in Edo State. If I'm the person, number one citizen of Edo State, I cannot come up boldly and read my budget, I will never step on the chairman, the local government chairman. Now, it's too early. What are you talking about? You must not use your power, God they have anointed you, to suppress the people on their own right. When the president make announcement of persuading everything to the Supreme Court and give the autonomy to the local government, it's a very nice step. And now today, our governors, they want to hijack it back. We want to know. I think the president is number one citizen of this country. All the Supreme Court who are above all the other courts, all the governor, they will group their own to suppress these two organizations. We will see their days is number. Who won't know what the local government chairman to stay on their own, but to do the right thing to their local government? I know it's a matter of time. Anything will go up, it must come down. I'm using the opportunity to send my message to the Edo State governor. He should do the right thing. We will not be directed under my passport of my party to come and destroy the Edo State.
All right.
He must obey. He must obey. To obey you, you should obey the people who are living.
All right.
Thank you very much. I rest my thought for the opportunity.
All right, thank you. 09038808883 is the number to call, and of course make your comments. Hello, good morning. Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Dr. Dantala, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Doctor, the governor should allow the autonomy to work, so that just like the way the state capture is going, the grassroots and the local government will also grow. But very unfortunate, everybody believes in taking the credit. Please, the governor should give the local government chairman the chance. Just like the way they think they are performing, there are local government chairmen too that can perform far, far better than even the governors. If they are corrupt chairmen, they are corrupt governors too. But very unfortunate, because of this immunity, the opportunity is taken for granted and it has been abused. All what I know, if the governor has the right to suspend them, the chairman also have the right to file the case against their suspension. And this is the right time, Mr. President, need to come out boldly to tell us that he's not just a noise maker. If the governors have the right to suspend them, they should also know that the biggest court is the Supreme. Despite it has not come out boldly with the judgment of this election, we believe that indirectly or halfly or partially, the president has declared that the governor does not have the right to suspend any chairman now.
It's not the governor that suspended them, it is the State House of Assembly.
No! You see, House of Assembly is just still within the state, and the biggest law is the federal government constitution. So what are we saying? The House of Assembly are collaborating with the governors. Once a chairman wanted to speak right for his people, the governor used the House of Assembly, used the label against the chairman. It's unfortunate, none of the chairman will have the mind or will be bold enough to challenge the governor. Simply because all of them are afraid of their position, they are afraid of their seat. I want to tell you, if you can discover of recent, in those days, you would stop they are talking about. But very, very unfortunate. May the soul of autonomy in Niger State rest in peace, because I want to tell you that all the chairmans are now silent, because if they speak, it will be a problem for them. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. 090388088883. I have not tested the water yet on the local government autonomy, and we're optimistic that Niger State will also work very well in that aspect. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Abakar from Boso.
Okay.
Although I didn't talk much, but according to what I heard about of autonomy, somebody told me from Bida, say the autonomy issue is from the 99 Constitution, and the 8th federal government, from the federal senator and the House of Rep, over everybody from there, they're supposed to clear the 99 Constitution before autonomy. If not, it's come possible that according to what the judge say, autonomy should be going to the direct to the local government. Somebody told me say it's not correct until the constitution, until they correct that issue from the constitution, not constitution, before the tree should be work.
Okay.
According to what I heard.
All right, sir.
Thank you very much. My name is Abakar from Bosu.
Thank you, Mr. Abakar.
You know,
Doctor, okay, let me just chip in there. After the landmark judgment by the Supreme Court, the state governor said that they were understudying the case, scrutinizing it to see how best they can implement it. What happened to that particular incident?
You know, the Supreme Court judges pass their own judgment based on what is brought before them. The case brought before them by the federal government is on the issue of financial autonomy. And financial autonomy means local government should access their funds directly into their accounts, not going into some other accounts such as joint account before coming to the council's account. And this is what the federal government is insisting, that all local governments should be able to receive their monies directly. That was the basis of the judgment. And it is on that basis that the Supreme Court passed that judgment. But again, you should also note that political control of local government have not been taken away from the sitting governor. Even that judgment didn't address the issue of political control. So if the Edo State governor is suspending the entire 18 council chairmen, I don't think he has violated that Supreme Court judgment, because the Supreme Court judgment has stated clearly that councils will receive their fundings directly from the federal government, but it didn't say that sitting governors have no control over councils in their states. So if the Edo State governor is approach the State House of Assembly to suspend the council chairman, I don't think they violated that judgment, in my opinion. Looking at the ingredients of the judgment, I don't think they violated any part of that judgment, because the entire judgment had focused mainly on financial autonomy, not political autonomy. And don't forget that, like I have said in the past, Edo State also have its own laws. Even though where laws of states appear to contravene constitutional provisions, the laws of the state are set aside. But again, the Edo State laws are also there. If you look at, for example, Section 7 of the act that was passed by the Edo State House of Assembly, it also granted structural existence of local government. It means that local government can continue to exist even with this Supreme Court judgment. And of course, sitting governors have a right to control all the councils in the state, because the sitting governor is the #1 security man, and he or she has a right to supervise the activities of councils chairmen, and including council's activities. And where he feels that council chairmen are becoming security threat to the state, then he has a right to take measures against them. In this situation now, he has issued a directive, and the council chairman decides not to follow that directive. Issue of insubordination now comes in, even though councils have structural existence, because we have the federal, we have the state, and then we have the local government, and each of them as equal as the other, but they all have their own different functions. Now, because of this insubordination, he approached the State House of Assembly. Everybody should go and look at the law. What did the law says when issues of insubordination comes in? Now, if a council chairman is standing between transparency and good governance, transparency and service delivery, then you want to make a probe, you have to first and foremost take him away from that place to give way for proper investigation. What he simply demanded from them is to submit their 2 years financial activities, which they vehemently rejected, because they felt that they have financial autonomy and a sitting governor do not have the right to probe into their activities.
The governor who did not conduct the election for them to be in the office.
It doesn't matter whether you conducted the election or not, because government is a continuous thing. Somebody else conducted the election and he continues with them.
And from an opposition party also.
Yes, because when he comes in, he didn't say that because it was not him that conducted the election, therefore he does not recognize them. He still recognizes them and continues with them, but what he only demanded from them is their financial report. Don't forget that even his predecessor had sometimes in 2021 also suspended about 4 council chairmen for their for insubordination. And you know, if he is toeing the same path to take them away so that investigations can be carried out, I think he has not violated anything, because even in places of works, anytime there's a fraud or there's a kind of investigation, the officer there has to be suspended so that he does not interfere with the course of investigation. And it is after the suspension, then committees will be set up to make proper investigations. The whole idea is to strengthen the books. I don't want to say whether the sitting governor belongs to this party or that party, but I am looking at the issue of bureaucracy. Bureaucratic proceedings have demanded for this, that if a person is standing between transparency, then that person has to be taken away to give room for investigation.
All right, we have this comment on our Facebook page coming from Jimo Idris. He's saying the governor used the chairman as financial slave. Casa. Thank you very much, Jimo Idris, for that comment on our Facebook page. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Ambassador Gaby the Challenger. I'm calling you from Tigun Fulani City.
All right, sir. Make your comment.
You see, this financial autonomy, they said very soon they are going to give it to local government chairmen. But up till now, they have not started giving it now. They said 3 months ago. It has come and gone. They said last month. They have not seen anything. You understand? Is he going back to that joint account? Why is it like that? And you see, people are seriously complaining that local government chairmen are not working. They have not given them their autonomy, and our governor said he's giving them money. And so we are not seeing them doing anything. You should publish what he's giving them so that we will know, so that we'll be able to step up and challenge them so that they will do the needful. You see, governors are busy receiving glory on behalf of local government chairmen, giving contracts on behalf of local government chairmen is uncalled for. So please, we are challenging right Honorable Umar Bago. He should give local government chairmen money so that they will work. People are complaining that they are not working. Instead of receiving glory on behalf of local government chairmen. So please, right Honorable Umar Bago should step up and do the needful.
All right, thank you very much, Gable the Challenger. Jaffer Ibrahim Bendiga is saying the Edo State House of Assembly's decision to suspend 18 local government chairmen is a significant development in the state's governance. The suspension was as a result of the chairman's refusal to submit their financial records to the state government. All right. However, it is also important to consider potential implications of this suspension of the governance of the affected local governments. The leadership vacuum created by the suspension may hinder the delivery of essential services to the citizens. Ultimately, the Edo State House of Assembly's decision is highlighting the need for cooperation and collaboration between the state government and local government authorities. It is essential to strike a balance between promoting accountability and ensuring the smooth operation of local government administration. Thank you very much, Jaffer Ibrahim Bendiga, for that comment on our Facebook page. Muhammad Sani Shambo, he said, this is the problem. How could an elected governor suspend an elected chairman? The need for constitutional review is long overdue. The law should be clear as the rights and duties of the local government chairman. Thank you very much, Muhammad Sani Shambo. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Andrea.
Morning, sir. Who do I have on the line?
Dr. Bentela, good morning, sir.
Morning, Babali.
Dr. Bentela, to my own understanding on this your explanation or review, I don't know, why are we electing local government chairman if the constitution gave the governor's right to suspend any chairman of a local government chairman? I mean,
no, the governor cannot suspend them directly. He will approach the State House of Assembly with the cogent reasons on why they should be suspended. And then the State House of Assembly will go ahead to deliberate on that and then probably take a unanimous decision on whether to suspend them or whatever to do with them. So the State House of Assembly actually suspended them.
Dr. Bentela, if this should be the case, then we should stop electing local government chairman. We should just allow the governors to be selecting whom to be a chairperson in every local government. Because we don't understand. If we elect a governor, we elect a local government chairman, and again we elect a House of Representative members. So I don't know what is happening. If this power is being given to a governor to suspend at least 18 chairpersons of a local government, meaning all of them, there's a need that yes, we should stop electing them so that he can be selected. They can be selecting whom to be on those seats. I don't understand assuming if one of the chairman is he can just maybe use one or two people that are faulty in the chairperson or on chairpersons and suspend all of them. If most of them are good, what is he going to tell them? What most of them are doing good to their people, and he go ahead and suspend all of them. What is this? But why can't he, go on the faulty ones and suspend those ones while suspending all of them? Meaning there is something he has in his mind. Because he's not the one that makes the election. He wants to bring his own people now, abide by his own selfish interest. You understand?
Well, Babali, I'm not supporting the governor, but again, you also have to substantiate to know that this is the intention of the governor. But don't forget, there are also the councillors who are legislators at that level of governance. What are they doing in terms of check and balances of the activities of the council chairman? Don't forget that they also have their own impeachment proceedings, if at all they want to impeach a council chairman. But most of the councillors appeared to not to be doing anything. So don't just look at the governor. What are also the councillors doing in check and balances?
That is it, because they don't know why they are there. They don't know why they are there, because they are even the right people to impeach a local government chairman. That is the same thing what I am saying, not the governor to suspend all of them. If the councillors know what they are doing, a council chairman is not doing well. Just take example of what happened with the previous administration of a chairman. When the councillors know that this is what they are doing, the present sitting chairman now is the one that leads the house to give suspension to a council chairman. So what they are now doing, if their own chairman is not doing well, they should impeach him. That is all. So let us know that yes, it is election by election. We elected those that impeach whom we elect. Not by suspending somebody like that, the chairpersons like that, you know. That is what we are talking about. May God help us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You know, let us not jumble the whole thing. Councillors at that level also have a constitutional duty of check and balances, and a council chairman is also supposed to first and foremost submit his financial activities to the councillors, who have always helped him to legislate and to also help him in terms of making budgetary provisions. And if a council chairman do not deems it fit to even submit his financial report to the councillors, and he's not also doing same to a sitting governor, I think it is a flagrant violation of the right of both the councillors as well as that of the governor. So if the House of Assembly is coming up with suspension on the basis of those reasons, I think there is the need for people to look at reasons on why the suspension is genuine. For council chairmen, I think this also is a pointer to the fact that they need to be having their financial reports handy all the time in case if it is needed. And this also have shown clearly that maybe they may have been used by the former governor into some kind of financial misappropriation. You know, this is what many of the sitting governors have done. They put in their stooges there and they dip their hands into council, local government fundings and spend it the way they feel like. And many of these council chairmen are the one who sign those checks and remove fundings of those local government to the sitting governor. And when issues like this come, you don't see the signature of a sitting governor. What you see is the signature of a council chairman. So I believe that this council chairman, the 18 of them, may have been used by the former governor, and he has now left and dumped them to their fate. They have to face the music squarely, because the suspension may not even stop there. It may also go into some kind of maybe arrest, and then trying to probe them into what they have done with the fundings that came to their various local government.
What happened to anti-graft commissions that have been up and doing, informing, and of course sensitizing local government chairman that they will go after any local government chairman found wanting in financial dealings? You
know, one thing that many people don't understand with these anti-graft agencies, the EFCC, the ICPCs of this world, is they don't just go into investigations if they are not invited. There has to be a petition coming in respect of a certain issue, then they go. You have to invite them. If for the next 100 years nobody invites the FCC to Niger State, they won't come. But if every week somebody is writing a petition to the FCC inviting them to come and make probe into this or that, they will come. So it's the same thing. People readily think that the FCC will automatically come in and do certain. They don't just come like that, because there has to be an invitation through a petition written by someone, being supported by facts, and then the FCC will now swing into action. So it's the same thing. If council chairmen have been spending money recklessly and nobody deems it fit to invite the FCC to come and probe a council chairman, the FCC will not come automatically. So even if the FCC is saying that they will come and investigate council chairmen, they will only come on the basis of invitation, coming through petitions written by either indigenous or people who are interested in that issue. And that is why you see many council chairmen, because they knew that nobody is writing again, they went into spending spree they spend monies belonging to the local government recklessly. You see a council chairman building mansions, buying posh cars, marrying and remarrying, traveling, crossing the globe, and nobody appears to be saying anything because they feel that people are no longer interested in public finances again. People are no longer keen on knowing how monies belonging to councils are being spent. And because of this knowledge, they tend to be very careful in their spendings. And the few among members of the public who dare raise their voices is either they have been settled financially or they have been threatened through some certain kind of gimmicks. So I believe that until we begin to go back to that era of people running away from making too much noise and going into much more writing, otherwise there is no way we will be able to improve on public transparency. In the past, a lot of people will write. People simply pick their pens, look at facts, get some documents that will support their petitions and submit to the FCC or any of the anti-graft agencies. But today people will prefer to come to the radio or to come to some other means of communication to simply make noise, and that is where it ends. Sometimes to even go to a certain agency or even ministry to go and investigate certain things, people are reluctant to do that. But they will keep shouting here and talk and assume that things will change automatically. They won't change. You have to pick your pen and write a petition. Support your petition with facts, submit to any of the anti-graft agencies, and you will see them coming to knock on the doors of those local governments or even state government. So petition writers need to up their games. People need to write. People should desist from just making noise, but there should be more writers rather than noisemakers.
All right. After the petition and the opposition party where the local government chairman belonged to opposing the suspension, what next in Edo State?
What is going to happen, we shall see that in the next few weeks or in the next few days. Probably after the Christmas break and New Year, we are going to see some actions that will be taken. But right now, the PDP, which the 18 council chairmen belong to, have instructed them to continue to report to offices to keep discharging their constitutional duties. That is one. Then the Association of Local Government of Nigeria had also rejected that suspension. So maybe by next year we are going to see some kind of a legal tussle seeking for interpretation of the Supreme Court judgment on the local government autonomy, whether it is a financial autonomy or it also includes political autonomy as well.
All right, we'll keep our hands closed to see how things will work out in Edo State and of course in some other states as matters are rising. That's about the size of the program Nigeria Today. We'll be taking this beautiful Wednesday morning. You can join us tomorrow for a fresh package of the program. On behalf of the DCA on duty, Mesa, and of course Stephen Jia. My name is, on behalf of also Dr. Muhammad Dantala Aliu, my name is Maimuna Muhammad Babangida saying good morning.